Hello, everyone. It's time for another update. It's been a while. It's been a while since I uploaded anything, really. I still have lots of videos ready to go, but obviously haven't really been in the position to do any uploading or recording. I'm considering actually recording some Mass Effect later, which would be like episode 28 or something. There's still lots of episodes. I was just checking them, where I was talking about how like way before the surgery, basically, like, oh, I just found out I have cancer, blah blah blah, and I'm like, dude, that's such old news now. But anyway, it's the 23rd of November. I'll probably upload this today or tomorrow. It's been, well, tomorrow it'll have been 6 weeks since the surgery, which was a success. Start off with that. Probably good news, or probably good to share the good news. I've been recovering since then. As of the last week and a half, maybe, I've actually started feeling decent. I'm very tired all the time still, but that's gonna last a while. I'm still using certain medicine, which makes me tired as well. I'm not allowed to drive my car yet because they like slow my reaction speed and things like that. But I am reducing all my medication now because I'm feeling okay. I'm not really in pain anymore. I'm just tired all the time. But yeah, so surgery was on the 10th of October. I did share some updates. I think I did a community post at some point. I also been sharing stuff on Discord. Link in the description. Actually, I'm not sure if it's in the description. It's on my channel somewhere if you feel like joining. But I've been sharing updates there too. Let's just, I guess, if you don't want to see, you can look away for the next. I'll say when you can look back, but I'll show you my stoma, just because that will take any. You won't see any poop or anything. I'll make sure, but that'll take any. How do you call that? Questions out of the equation. There have been. Well, I've seen one or two people saying like, "Oh, he's faking it." I'm not, unfortunately. I wish I was. But yeah, anyway, I'm gonna show you now. So if you don't want to see, it's not really anything crazy to see or anything. I just want to show you guys. There's also I have a wound on the other side of my tummy, which has a plaster or whatever over it, whatever you call that. Anyway, look away now if you don't want to see. Here we go. So here's my wound. Still lots of other wounds as well, all over the place. It's mirrored, so it's weird. And then this is a stoma. And if I lift this, you would see shit, but I'm not going to do that. But yeah, that's stuck to my my tummy for the rest of my life. There you go. All right, you can look back now if you were looking away. So yeah, that's my situation now. That's how I'm going to live the rest of my life with a stoma bag. But I've learned how to change it myself and all that. I have to take care of all of it. So there's still like a nurse that comes by every day to change my wound or my plaster stuff or whatever you call that. I can't think of a bandage, I guess, on my tummy. And I also, obviously, my asshole was stitched. I think I've gone over most of this information before, but obviously now it's all happened, so I can go into more detail. So that was stitched up, but it didn't really heal very quickly, not as quickly as I was hoping. That was actually the first month after the surgery. I was in a lot of pain, especially from my behind. This wound on my tummy, I don't even feel. Weirdly, they were literally. This is a couple weeks ago, but while we were at the hospital for a checkup, they used the backside of a, what do you call that in Dutch, pincet, the like pliers, I guess, the back of it anyway, and they went in about this far, just like seeing how deep the wound went, and I was looking at it like, what the fuck's going on? But I didn't feel it at all. Like, it doesn't hurt, that wound. But in my behind, in my asshole, that hurts a lot, or hurt a lot. Not anymore, thankfully. The reason it didn't heal very quickly was because of the radiation that I obviously went through radiation therapy and possibly the chemo pills, but mostly the radiation, which were obviously destroying the tumor, but also at the same time were destroying all the muscles and flesh in that area. So recovery took longer because all that needed to heal and thus recovered more slowly. It's still not entirely closed, but we are now thankfully in the final stretch, and it's no longer painful. I can sit properly on my chair now, which I'm very thankful for. Yeah, so it's getting better in reality, whatever. I don't know what I was trying to say. But it definitely took a while. Yeah, like I said, the first month or so after the surgery, I was in a stupendous amount of pain. All I could do all day was lay in bed or lay on the couch. I couldn't sit. I could stand, but sorry, but I could walk a little bit, but it just wasn't comfortable. Every time I had to go to the hospital, which was about a 15 to 20 minute drive, I had to sit in the car, obviously, and it was just torture, essentially. Just super, super uncomfortable. Medicine wasn't enough for a while, kept being increased and increased and increased up to the point where, like, I was basically at the limit of what anyone should be allowed to take, because otherwise you're going to have to worry about addiction and stuff. But thankfully, the medication that I was allowed to take quite a bit of, which is the most, like, the one that you're most worried for addiction for, I quit that one a couple days ago, and it's been fine. So that's all good. I'm still on, obviously, paracetamol, which is standard. So that's 4 times a day. You take 2 of them. They say it's in order to build up a mirror, essentially. I don't know exactly what it means, but in essence, I think it's so that you take them every 6 hours, take 2 of them, dry throat. And that way you essentially keep up constant, like, around the clock pain, a threshold, like a higher threshold for pain or whatever. And then I take 1 more medicine, which I was allowed to take 3 pills of twice a day, and now I'm down to 2 pills per time twice a day since yesterday. And that one I'm gonna keep reducing because I'm not really in pain anymore, but I also don't want to, like, quit cold turkey because I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I need to take a drink, sorry. So yeah, that's where we're at. I don't know. I didn't write any bullet points down for this, so I don't really have anything specific I wanted. I just wanted to kind of tell you my journey. I guess the operation. So they removed my God, I keep forgetting this, but yeah, the last part of my intestine, hence why I have a stoma now, or colostoma, I think it is in English actually, but stoma is good enough. And the first 5 days or so, I could barely move. Like, they had to keep making me stand up, right? Because you need to, if you lay down for too many days in a row, you start getting blood clots and stuff. So I also had medication for that, like a syringe they had to put in my leg every 2 times a day as well. And then I had to start doing that one myself at home as well. But it turns out I was allergic to that, so that was another thing that popped up. I'm sorry. God, my throat is so dry. What the heck? I'm not used to talking this long. Weirdly. But I was allergic to that. And I started having... I was itching for weeks as well. My wife was texting me. I was itching for weeks every day, basically. This whole day I was itching. When that was driving me crazy. Couldn't figure out what it was. Turns out it was that. So after I stopped that, a week later or so, the itching was mostly gone. So thankfully, that's all over as well. But that was something that propped up. The wound that was on my tummy also propped up later. Or at least it opened up and it became a problem. There were so many things that kept going wrong. First couple weeks, I was very depressed. Especially when I was still in the hospital. Like I said, the first 5 days or so, I could barely move. They had to make me come out of bed incredibly painful. Could only stand up for 20 seconds, and I was like, please let me lay down, because I couldn't. It was incredibly painful. Very depressed at that point in time. Couldn't shower. I felt disgusting. I could smell myself. The bed sheets. Oh, sorry. I don't know if you heard that, because it might be. But yeah, I fart now, and I can't. I literally have no control over it. It just happens. But yeah, I felt disgusting. That was definitely one of the lower points of my life when I was laying there in the hospital. Luckily, my mom and my family came over as much as they could. Friends came over as well, but still, you feel horrible when you can't move or anything. So yeah, that was pretty bad. But when I finally was allowed to go home, things look up a little bit, because you're home. At least, you're in your own confinements. Things were getting slightly better, but every time it went better, something else went wrong. So every time I felt like it's that like one step forward, two steps back kind of thing. And I got more depressed at that period, because I really felt like there wasn't any progress, and because the pain in my ass was just getting worse. Literally pain in my ass. I'm really sorry, my throat is, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Drinking doesn't help either. But yeah, that was just getting worse. For a while, the itching acted up, the wounds opened up and started bleeding profusely, and it was just a bit of a nightmare. But once we got over that threshold, then things started getting better and better, and now I can really tell that things are getting better and better, which is very good. I need to breathe from my nose. I think that helps. Right, so anyway, the surgery, yeah, so I don't know if there's much I need to say about that. Obviously, I wasn't awake during it, so I didn't really notice anything. I woke up in a stupendous amount of pain, but that's kind of normal. You wake up in a room with a lot of other people who just woke up from surgery. There was a guy next to me who, for the, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, however long I was there, all he was doing the entire time was yelling, "I'm in pain." Well, in Dutch, obviously, but "I'm in pain. I need help. I'm in pain." And the nurses were like, "We know, we hear you." They were literally like fed up with him, because he was just constantly yelling for help and that he was in pain. They were like, "Yes, we're aware. We're trying to help you. We're going to fix it. I'm in pain." So that's the only thing I remember of that. But then I ended up being in a lot of pain as well. And on the second day, it was so much that they ended up moving me back to the pain room, I guess. And they ended up putting me up on a morphine pump, which every 5 minutes I was able to press a button to essentially give myself morphine. Which on the first day, it turns out I overused quite a bit. They were like, "Oh, you used quite a bit of that bag." I was like, "Oh, I thought I was supposed to." And they were like, well, kind of, but also be careful. So then on the second and the third day, I barely used it at all. And they were like, "Okay, let's that's really good. Happy with that. Let's take it off." And then they removed that. And then after that, obviously, I still had a lot of pain. And again, when I got home, it got worse. But eventually, with other medication, they got it under control again. Ah, Jesus. I can't speak because of my voice. Yeah, other than that, the surgery, it was a success. They removed it. I don't have any results yet or anything, but from what they saw, obviously, it was successful. They're going to do a blood test probably in about 6 weeks, because it's supposed to be 3 months after the surgery. So in about 6 weeks, they're going to take some blood, and then they're going to, I guess, see from the blood results whether there is any spreading, or there's any cancer cells or whatever. I don't know how they do it, but apparently that's how they do it. That's going to be for the next year, so every 3 months. Then after 1 year, I think they're going to do another colonoscopy. So now instead of going in from the back, obviously they're going to go in through my stoma with a camera and everything, and check if there's anything they can see there. Which should be all good, because obviously the first time they did it, the only thing they saw was the massive tumor that was right next to my asshole, which now obviously is gone because they took out the whole thing. But again, we'll find out. But that's like almost a year from now. That'll be October next year probably. So yeah, it's all looking good though. Probably will be fine. Obviously, this kind of sucks. Also, I didn't really address this, but my beer was very long because I just hadn't had the energy to shave or anything. So then a couple days ago, I just shaved off the whole thing. But it's grown back a little bit, so it doesn't look too crazy from what I usually look like. But yeah, for the first few days, it's still really short. It's way shorter than I've had it since I was like 15 years old, and I'm 33 now. So that was kind of weird, but I was like, fuck it, I'm just going to shave it off. And then I did that weird thing where you first shave off like all the sides and then you have like, yeah, I was just taking it down bit by bit. But I didn't take any pictures. Unfortunately, that would have been funny. Excuse me, but I think you will. So yeah, that was all that. I bought a 3D printer in my depression, and this is legit. Like I've been wanting one for a while anyway. And yeah, I was home for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. I can't remember. I think it was about a week. And I was still very depressed, still in pain. I was like, fucking, I need something to cheer myself up. So I ordered myself a 3D printer, the Bambu Lab P1S, in case you're wondering. Which has been a lot of fun. I've been printing a lot of terrain for miniature stuff. Play games. I printed this bust of Gandalf last night. Pretty cool. It's kind of dark. I set my camera settings a bit dark. Oh yeah, this is a thing. I'm printing another one, by the way, right now of Aragorn, but I paused it because it's a bit loud. But that's another thing. Yeah, my mic settings and stuff might be a bit different. I'm sure you probably won't even notice. But generally, things might be a little bit different. The second day I was finally able to sit on my chair again and do stuff on my computer. I don't know what the fuck I did exactly, but I removed the wrong files. Nothing Windows 32 related, but still removed a couple of files that I probably wasn't supposed to remove because my whole computer acted up. Tried restarting, wouldn't start anymore, or well, it started, but it wouldn't get through to Windows. So I fucked everything up. But then I ordered a new M2 SSD, which I kind of needed anyway because my C drive had been full for too long, which is why I was removing files because I just had no space whatsoever. I could barely open Chrome tabs because you know how they have like temporary memory and that there was just no space for it. So I couldn't do shit anymore. So I was like, I need to remove some shit. I need to take some drastic measures. So I was like, fuck it, and I'll delete this, and this. And apparently there were some wrong things in there that I deleted. But anyway, I reinstalled Windows, but I managed to keep all my old shit. So most of it I've taken straight up from Windows, like old Windows, and put it into new Windows, and it works fine. But certain settings, like my Logitech G Hub stuff for my Blue Yeti, I had to redo, so they might be a bit different. I've managed to salvage, I think, all of my save files for anything. So Mass Effect, I was doing that earlier today. Those are still fine. I recovered Age of Mythology, which I don't know if I'm going to continue that. I still have 4 episodes from before the surgery that I recorded. I recovered Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. I recovered all of my Creative Assembly. I know exactly where that folder is because I obviously been working with that for so long. So I took that entire folder and I copied it over. So that should all be fine as well. So I've still got all my Shogun 2 files. And I still want to continue that campaign at some point. The one, I can't remember which one it was. But I think the Arya Shigaru one or something was a sponsored one, which I really want to finish. But that'll happen at some point. Yeah, I think that's about it, to be honest. So yeah, things are okay. I'm just really tired. I might record something today, maybe not. But probably soon. That, like I said though, if you're watching any of the Mass Effect stuff that comes up, it'll still be really old stuff from looking at videos that I recorded in June, it looks like. In July was the latest one. And in that one, I'd probably still talk about, update on the cancer, blah, blah, blah. So that's all going to be old. But then episode, 28, 29, 30, something like that, it's going to be me now. But yeah, just keep that in mind. I know most of you probably aren't watching that, but still. Same with anything else. I don't think I've got any Brotherhood stuff, so anything that comes up with Brotherhood is just going to be me right away. I'm not sure if I'll be able to fucking record anything today, though, with my goddamn voice. I don't know what the hell's going on. Maybe it's because I shaved off my beard. There's too much air going in there now. That doesn't make any sense, but anyway. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, that's the update. Excuse me. Jesus. Fucking hell. I'm just checking if there's anything I'm forgetting. These updates are always kind of all over the place anyway. I mean, not really. Yeah, I don't know. Work, nothing's changed on that front. If you watched the last video, I'm pretty sure I said, obviously, my contract was ending, not been renewed for several reasons. I'm not currently looking for work. I will do again in the future, but right now I'm not really too fussed about. I'm not. I don't have to yet. I currently get money from the government, thankfully. Not a lot, unfortunately. It's not as much as we kind of need in reality, but it's okay. But yeah, they've said, when I spoke to them, they said that they won't even bother calling me about work until at least January, because recovery is going to take a long time, and I'm definitely still in recovery. Anyway, so yeah, nothing new on that front. I honestly, at this point, I'm really kind of considering getting into 3D printing more and maybe starting a small 3D printing business, but I'm not sure if I can make that like a full-time thing. I don't think that's going to be enough money coming in, but we'll see. Could be a little side business. I don't know. I don't have the energy to think about that shit for now, but I'm printing shit for myself and then figuring out, how it works in the process. But I'll end it here because I can't keep talking. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, hopefully more videos soon. Don't expect like anything crazy though. Videos are still going to be incredibly sporadic and random, and there will probably still be months where I don't upload anything. I don't know what the future holds, but for now, I appreciate you guys listening and caring about me. I haven't said anything about that, but yeah, I appreciate all the nice comments that I did get on all the previous updates and stuff. And yeah. I'll see you soon. I'll probably do another update video at some point when I'm like, I don't know, fully back into it, or we'll see. Until then, either way, have a good day. Goodbye.